and I figured I'd test my new camera mount. Well, not new. I'll do 2 different threads. So I figured I'd mount it to that, and I've used this to hold my Canon EOS M plus a GoPro on top of it. So as you can see, it mounts here to the counter, spring up, and it did come with a microphone mount too, but I ripped that off. So I'm gonna plug this on here and see how it goes. This is only a test. Alright. Hey, at least it holds well and steady, right? Let me see. Alright. Gonna get that in position. I'm gonna grab my tablet and I'll be right back. Hey Kirby, what's going on? I'm actually just testing a little camera rig I did here versus holding a selfie stick all day the other day. And I'm starting up my chat window. I saw someone else join, but I didn't see it disappear, so I'll see that in a second. Okay. No, it's not the 4K camera. Hold on one second, I'll grab it. Turn the volume down. No, Logitech was running a special. It was like 40% off, plus they sent me a coupon. So I picked up a new 4K Logitech camera for my PC. I do video conference, and work gave me a camera, but it's horrible quality. So I splurged and got this one here. And so that's what I'll be using soon enough. I actually sent you a message on Facebook Messenger. Don't. Hey, Chris, how's it going? I'm just testing some new brackets I have here. I'll, now that there's actually people on, I'll show you that. I am going to disconnect my phone from the stand. This is I'm using a Google Pixel 2 XL. And what I have here, I took this off a selfie stick, and it has a 1/4-20 mount, and I put it on this little ball mount. And then this is actually a microphone stand, and I clamped it to the counter. And I've actually put my Canon EOS on this, as well as a GoPro on top of that, and it held really well. And while it has the wrong thread size, this is 3/8, this little ball mount will handle both 1/4 and 3/8. It has a little adapter you just pull out. So I figured I'd just try it, you know. All right. I wish I could just leave my tablet on top of the air fryer, but I'm pretty sure it's going to melt if I do that. Get this ready. I think I forgot to clean this when I used it last night. Apologies. Selfie stick wasn't meant to hold this. I'll probably actually buy a proper mount for it. So as I was saying, when I first started, I made about 5 pounds of meatballs last week, and I cook them 2 different ways. Oop. Let's see what we got here. I bought an air fryer last night. Finally gonna put some use to it. Hey, oh, sorry, I'm not looking. That's cool. You have also a smaller air fryer, correct? You buy a bigger one, like a Cook Essentials or something? Or what'd you end up getting? Yeah, I didn't see the message on Facebook Messenger. I'll have to take another look. Interesting. Same one, just haven't used it. Oh, cool. You know, sometimes I wish I had 2 air fryers so I can do some stuff. Let's tighten this up a little bit. But I have the Breville in the background. But, you know. So I am going to point this down. I'm actually going to spray the air fryer basket first. I actually bought this pump oil sprayer, and the company was really good. It just doesn't work for me, and they say some of the oils just don't work well, like the Costco oils, because Costco uses a different manufacturer every 18 months or something. And they sent me a new pump assembly, but it didn't work out. I was really hoping, because while these cans are only 2 for $5, you can actually go through them pretty quickly, especially when you're using them for convenience sake. Like, I'll throw broccoli in the air fryer, just want to spray the top, mix it, spray it again. That's where, you know, it starts getting expensive. Again, this was more of a test today, so I got these roasted meatballs. Throw a bunch in there. They're a little flat on the bottom because they were soft when I put them on the tray. So usually I'll just cook these in the sauce. I know some people will just brown meatballs in the oven and then put them in the sauce, but I cook them 100% in the sauce unless I am going to roast them. And they're awesome roasted. It's like a little finger food, you know. If you cook a bunch of them, you sit them at the stove, you're hungry, you walk by, and you know, just grab one and eat it. And I usually don't put anything on it, no ketchup, nothing. I just grab it, walk, and eat it. Let's see. This one. Let me get it out. This one here is the GoWISE USA 5.8 quart. I bought this last August. The link is in the description. If you go to the description of my page, it'll, I think, one of the first 2 things. This model was discontinued to a newer version. They've made some changes or improvements, whatever you want to say. There's now 3 bolts holding on this handle. Otherwise, it looks like it's kind of the same assembly. What I like about the GoWISE is it has, yeah, that's the GoWISE USA. What brand is that one, Mario? Yeah, what I like about this version is the top is flat, so when I'm not using it, I'll, you know, maybe sit, you know, some accessories on top of it, the little pots and pan thingies I have for this. The new version is sloped, just like the Power XL. Well, it's not the end of the world. That's kind of what I like. Which air fryer did you end up getting, Kirby? I'm trying to remember. I remember watching the video when you got it. It was like a 3.7 quart. And I just don't remember. Okay. So I just threw 9 meatballs in there. The New Wave, that's right. The New Wave's got some good reviews too, but you'll find people complaining about anything really. So I'm gonna plug this thing in. The New Wave, my niece on my wife's side, I think, bought the New Wave, and she's pretty happy with that. I finally took off that little, I'm weird about it. I didn't take off that little piece of plastic that was on here. It was on here up until the other day, so it's been on here for like 8-9 months. I just wipe around it, but I went to really clean this down good and it peeled off, so this looks nice and shiny now, but I'm going to scratch the heck out of it while I'm cooking. So we're going to go up to 400 with this, and we'll do like a 12-minute thing. We'll get this off there before it melts. Let's see if I can't tighten this base up. Oh, I broke the base off. I gotta reattach it. Bear with me. Yeah, it's the base was, it's a really poorly made selfie stick, but like I said, I kind of did it to kind of make everything work. So I'm definitely going to order that aluminum bracket I saw. I figured it'd be kind of cool to do a live. I think I'm the only one that I know that hasn't done a live YouTube up until, let me shut this light off, it's causing weirdness there. There we go. I think I'm the only one I know who hasn't done a live up until last week. What do we got here? So I'll just wait for more people, see if anybody else pops on, if anybody has any questions. Donna. Especially when you can find. Yeah, I agree with you. Last week was more of like a test to see, and I didn't realize like 40-50 minutes. I'm like, holy cow. By the way, Kirby, I love your new setup you got going there. I'd like to hear what you used. I have an old laptop, and I don't think it's got the processing power to handle 2 webcams, so I could do the multi-interface. So I'm deciding what I'm going to do about that, but I liked your little Plinko thing. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. So kudos to you for doing that. While this is going, I'm going to prop up the camera and try to fix the bracket I just broke off here. So you can look at my ugly mug for a couple minutes while I try to get this squared. All right. I think if I super glue that in there, you have the 922C Pro. I was looking at that one. You see the little halo around my head? Yeah. And I don't remember what model I have now that work gave me. It's just a basic model. But I saw the 922 Pro, and then I saw the 4K come out, and they advertise it under 2 different things, like a work model and another model. I can't remember, like a home model, but it looks to be the same thing. So I just bought it. And it has the capability of doing some cool stuff. Like I heard if you have a green screen behind you, it has the capability and software to post an image behind it. I don't know. I hear the software's kind of flaky right now. I apologize about some of the stuff you're seeing here. I'm just propping the camera up. I know I have some super glue over there, but I probably should have given this more of a workout, but I grabbed it wrong and I popped off the end there. Let's see. Stay right there. Don't know if you can see me. Super glue. I had 2 in there. One must have fell out. So bottom, they just press a little nut in there. Yeah, this isn't gonna go. Oh well. Gonna order the new aluminum bracket right after this, I guess. Put that super glue aside for later. just make it work for now. See, a little nut there. Should have known it wouldn't work. It wouldn't have worked well, I should say. It did work, I just abused it a little too much. Alright, put this back on the mount. I gotta be careful about squeezing the phone because it's got what Google calls squeeze gesture. You squeeze the phone and it will do different things. I have a gaming PC, so the processing is mainly from that. Velocity. Hey, if you wouldn't mind, send me the link to the Velocity. I forget what the brand. I looked at the Near, they call it, NE, but it looked like all plastic, and this aluminum one has an attachment that has a 1/4 thread on top, so I could put a light on it. So what I have here is the camera I normally use. The little light has shoe holders on all sides, so I want to try to utilize this. Let's take a look at those meatballs. Yeah, they're cooking. I'm going to shake them up a little bit. Because they're flat, they're kind of harder to cook because they randomly want to go on their flat sides. Oh, but they smell delicious already. See if I can fix that. Interesting. It's not allowing me to make you a moderator. I was just going to pop you in as a moderator, but it's not giving me the option to do that. So you can post something. Huh. It allowed me to do it last time, or I saw the option show up. Maybe it's just my tablet. Let me see if this will show me. Yeah, it's not. Let me see. Share what? I don't know. I'm looking on my tablet, but I don't have the option to do that. Let's see now. Go to channel. Yeah, that's interesting. If someone wants to post why it may not be allowing me to make you a moderator, it could just be me not knowing the system, probably. Huh. Oh well. Yeah, I don't know why it's not giving me the option to make any moderators here. I thought I had it all set up. Sorry. But, you know, maybe send me a message or when I figure this out as I'm going. Can you guys hear me okay? It's fine. I will send a favor. Cool, thanks. I wonder if it's simply because I get okay, cool. I wonder if it's simply because I have to do moderator from the phone itself. Top chat list all messages that are visible. Kirby. Yeah, it only allows me to disable you or hide you. Why would I want to do that? Live chats. I don't know. Okay, these have been going 9 minutes. Take another look. I don't know if you can see those. They're nice. I like them. Have that crust on the outside. You know, we always did everything. My mother always cooked everything more on the well side when we were kids. I loved it that way. It's like, you know, the meatloaf when she makes it, and that's the next thing I'm going to be doing. A video on meatloaf, video on chicken cacciatore. She makes an awesome chicken cacciatore, and the two ways that she makes it, depending who's requesting it. You know, for when it's our birthday, my mother will make us anything we want. You know, and when she usually makes chicken cacciatore, she uses the thigh, but in one case she'll use bone, in one case boneless, and I think with the bone you get a lot more flavor in the chicken cacciatore. But my sister-in-law, I think it's my sister-in-law, she likes it without the bone, you know, just because it's just whatever, but it just falls off the bone. It's not like you have to work it, it's just like you touch it, it's like, blue, you know. It's interesting, I get different statistics on the phone versus here. I don't know if Chris is still on or not. It showed him join. He said hello, I said hello, and I haven't seen it. So it says 2 people are on. I assume that's one of them.
Egg batter, no egg for crispy wings.
So people with wings, the way I do it, if I'm using Kentucky Colonel, for instance, I egg it and then flour it, wait 5 minutes, flour again, and then the wait 5 minutes, flour up to 4 times, and then you're going to put it in your fridge for a half an hour so that the flour sticks, otherwise it'll blow all over the place when you spray it or put it in the oven. I know a lot of people actually not bread it, will flour first, then egg, and then continue to flour it.
Egg batter or no for crispy.
Oh, I popped up again, I don't know why. So yeah, I like doing the egg. My daughter has egg allergies, so she can have egg like in cake and cookies and stuff, but she can't have like scrambled eggs. So we like to put eggs in a lot of things, and I did anyway, but by putting eggs in it, it helps it build up her immune system for that, and it actually is working because her immunity to eggs has gone up, so it's better, it's good for her now. Another minute or 2. Pop up another minute on that.
I was thinking of battering once and freezing the wings a bit.
Yeah, so I've egg and then, you know, the flour mixture or whatever. If you put it in the fridge, you gotta wait a half an hour. I think I've done like 10 minutes in the freezer. Sometimes I won't even wait because I gotta make. I start dinner at 5. My daughter at 5:30 is like, "Can I have something to hold me over?" And her idea of holding over something would be like chips or something, you know. But in the fridge, a half an hour to let it sit. In the freezer, you probably only need 10, 15 minutes. I've done 5 minutes in the freezer and it wasn't enough. That I remember. But wings are one of those things in the air fryer. Awesome. I could put 5 whole wings. You know, if I cut off the little winglet there thingy, you know, the useless part you would use for a soup, I could fit 5 in this air fryer. However, if I cut and separate the wing from the drumlet, I could fit 10 wings in there cut in, so you get 20 little pieces. Some people have also stacked them straight up and down, but I don't. I have them there, then I flip them halfway through. And like I said, I like things a little extra crisp, and the air fryer does the best job. The Breville, and I think Crystal, my Gadget Kitchen, she did it as well, and she did a comparison with the Cook Essentials, the Breville, and then the Phillips, I think, and they weren't as crispy as you know, the other ones. It's still delicious, but it just, I like that little crisp on the outside. Yeah, I think we're good. Got some meatballs there. Yeah, batter once, just so you're gonna batter it with what? Egg and what else anyway? We started to say. Now, if you make like 20 of these things, whatever, throw them in a big bowl, plate, whatever. And there we go. Those things look awesome. Unplug the air fryer. Yeah, I have to tell you, I went through my recipe, the recipe with my mother. Let's see if I can show it to you here. won't let me. I have it up on the fridge, but I think I've posted it, and I go through the recipe when I make it. Even though I do it to the T like she does it, hers is just better all the time, you know. And I kind of said it jokingly, but it's true. It's the love she puts into preparing the meal that makes it as good as it is. There's no other explanation, right? You know, when I make chicken cutlets, I do it just like she does it, or what I see her do, but she cooks it, it just comes out better. I don't know, magic. This is too hot to put my tablet on, but I can maybe shift things around a little bit. Looks good. It's the touch, yeah. Yeah, I agree with you there. These are probably still a little hot, but when I made these this time, I put in a little bit more cheese because the recipe is based on, I think it was originally 4 pounds, but I do 5 pounds because that's the packaging what it comes in. And with 5 pounds, you know, with 4 pounds, you're supposed to put in half a cup of pecorino romano grated cheese, and I was putting in about a half a cup, but now I'm boosting it up to 3/4. Same with the breadcrumbs. You're supposed to put, the way I have it is 4 pounds of ground beef, 2 cups of breadcrumbs, half a cup of romano grated cheese, teaspoon of garlic powder, 4 teaspoons of salt, a teaspoon of pepper, and then, you know, then you're gonna do the dry wet ingredient thing. Maybe I'll post it separately one time, but in the video I explain the whole thing. See? Ooh, got it. It's hot to hold. There you go, nice and crispy on the outside, and nice and juicy on the inside. I'm really interested in that mount you talked about, so I know you won't forget, but don't forget. They're not bad mine, they're $12 maybe. But I'm hungry now. Yeah, that's the problem. Chris the Butcher, I'm not sure if he's still on, but he was earlier. He does his videos, and when I watch, he does, you know, talks a lot, and I'm waiting. I'm like, and then I post, I'm like, when are you gonna cook the food? I'm hungry because it's 5 o'clock over there, it's noon here, and I'm waiting to eat, you know. These are good. No ketchup needed. As a kid, I don't know about you, I put ketchup on anything as a kid. My mother she'd make the drumsticks. My favorite drumsticks were when she breaded them. You know, she used the Four Seasons, the Progresso breadcrumbs. I would dip everything, steak in ketchup, the chicken in ketchup. Now I use ketchup on burgers. That's about it. I don't think you were on the last one. Let me show you something. That's the kitchen cabinet I made. I designed it in SketchUp. I was going to make the drawers myself, but the tooling alone costs $400 for this design. And then the wood. So I would have spent about $600 or more making it. And I had someone make it. I picked the 2 big doors and the big drawer were $120. The shipping is what killed me. It brought it up to like $180, $200. But it's got the nice big drawer. I put it on soft close bearing slides. Put all the you know, foil wraps and everything over there. Closes nice. But that was actually my first thing I've ever built. Yeah, I don't know if I can do this. So I put shells in there. It's hard to see, but I have the mixer, the blender, that stuff in there. You know, big stuff, the crock pots in there, which only gets used a couple times a year. I mean, maybe 4 or 5 times a year. But I originally built that. The butcher block was going to come about a foot past and all around. So if you look, the idea was to have a stool right here. This was going to be a breakfast bar, and I had the high I bought at the Mill stores some tall bar stools, and they were going to go around. That's where we were going to eat breakfast. But I changed it up. I wanted the draw, but this, I designed secret compartments in this to hide the little step ladder we use. This here, I haven't built it, don't know if I will, but on the very edge of the wall, you'll see there's a large gap here. I can pull this back out and replace that 1.5 inch filler, which I didn't need any filler plate at all there, and put a 3-inch filler, and it all pulls out with a little draw, and you can hang the ladder in there. I want to blow out my whole kitchen. It's funny you say that. This kitchen came, the houses here are all the same, or most of them are. You'll see I have this little cut through here. Not all houses have that. Some, they have a solid wall there, but also some of the models of this home, they don't put the wall here. They put the wall, they extend this wall here all the way, well, not all the way, they just create an archway. So it's all open, so people will actually put the dining room table in the kitchen, you know what I mean, part way in the kitchen. I'd show you, but it's a real mess in there right now. But I like and I don't like it. It's a really small kitchen, and things are hard to fit in here. You see it. I'm sorry, I'm not sure what that was. That might have been from the ladder and stuff I was showing you. These are, I don't know what I did. I've made a few batches now of these, and this batch is the best. I don't know what I did different in this batch, but it's the, hey, Ivy. Yeah, they definitely do. You'll definitely have to come back, Ivy, and just watch from the beginning, because I gave a kitchen tour. The last video I did live, which was earlier this week or last week, I did. It was a really long video. I don't know if you'll be able to hack that, you know. It was long, but I made some air fryer roasted meatballs from scratch. I didn't make them from scratch today. I froze them. All right. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Kirby. I appreciate it. And send me that. Don't forget to send me that link. I want to see what it, because I gotta order something, because my makeshift thing broke here. So appreciate it. Have a good one, and I will see you on your next video or live show. Yeah, it's kind of nerve-wracking going live. Delicious meatballs. Go mow your lawn. I doubt I'll be here when you get back, but I don't know how big your lawn is. Mine takes about a half hour, 20 minutes, something like that. Oh, just replacing the door, so you might have stuff coming forward a little. These cabinets were installed in 1985. Typical cabinets are 3/4 of an inch thick. These are about at 1 1/8 inch thick. They're solid hickory. I couldn't build these, so when I built this kitchen cabinet, I was just showing Kirby, I designed this and built it in SketchUp. And I used oak, because oak is the closest grain looking, and I stained it with a light stain so it would look more like the hickory. Yeah, you know, the open look looks really nice, unless you got junk just stacked everywhere in there. So I guess if you had a big enough kitchen, you had enough clothes drawers, you know, you could display your nice plates, you know. Not that they're nice, but, you know, like fancy schmancy plates. That might look okay, but we just got too much stuff. And my roasted meatballs, nice and crispy, and moist on the inside, crispy on the out. You know, once you get over that initial shock, going back to that question of going live, I was just like, whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah. I just stuff, too much stuff. But what I'm gonna do, well, I broke it again. You can see, old phone. I know you're gonna mow your lawn. My fridge. My cabinet that I made. And this is like a little garage door opener here. It's like a, I guess you would call it like a liquor cabinet kind of deal. And microwave. Use it as a bread box. I just started doing that 2 years ago. Use the microwave as a bread box. Works great. The Breville. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's mostly some more junk. I put all the manuals and cookbooks that come with the gadgets, and also Donna puts her like coffee stuff in the accessories. I'm trying not to chew and talk. I never chew and talk, but can't help it when you go on live. These are so delicious. Spices. And then that's all full with spices. Mostly. There's some cake mix up top. That's about it. Nothing else fancy in here. Outside, I'd show you more, but the house is a mess. And Donna will get upset with me if I show it. If you gotta mow your lawn, go do it. I don't wanna ice your lawn. I actually mowed it less than a week ago. Saturday or Sunday morning I did. But I'm letting it grow tall because the winter did damage to all my shrubbery and stuff. And some of the grass spots are bad, so I've been growing it taller to kind of fill everything in. I used to cut it shorter, but there's a guy, the Lawn Care Nut, he has a channel on YouTube, Lawn Care Nut, and he said, raise the lawn deck as high as you can. Don't worry about how tall, how many inches it is, just leave it long. So I'm trying that this year. I planted 3 rhododendrons last year on this side of the house. The first and the third one died. I plucked off all the dead leaves, so it's now all green, but no flowers bloomed. The one in the middle bloomed fine, and then the fourth one, kind of the same thing. It was kind of bleh. I had 4 bushes, you know, it was a nice rectangular bush on the ground, short. The first one died. I dug that out last week. Now the second one is starting to whatever, but those winters, they kill you. I'm not reading fast enough. It's disappearing from the screen. I bought this house in 2003. I met, funny story, I don't think I have it posted, but I met Donna, my wife, at a Halloween costume party at the VFW. I was dressed in an orange crushed velvet pimp outfit. Donna had like the Scream outfit on. That was the first time I met her. And I didn't see her again until a year later. But then I was going back some pictures of the same group of friends, and I saw her at a table in one of the. I take boatloads of pictures. I haven't taken much in the last couple of years. And I saw her in one of the pictures. She had brown hair. That's probably why I didn't recognize her. But at the Halloween party, brown hair. And then a year later, 2006, I was doing photography courses, and I needed someone to sit in. And I've used my sister, my brother, and stuff. So I blackmailed her, you know, into posing for them. And then at one point we went on a date, and then we got married. Hey Johnny, thanks for joining. You're hitting the tail end. I'm eating my last roasted meatball. I'm sorry. This is so good. Sorry, wipe the face. So you may not have saw it, but I have a video out. Ivy, if you want to take a look, it goes back a bit. It's called like camera mounts and something. And I bought this microphone mount. It clamps to a desk, and it has a 3/8 inch mount, and it comes with a microphone clip. But I have these ball mounts here, specific ones, and they have the 3/8 insert with the standard 1/4-20. And then I took apart a selfie stick, and I used it to hold the camera. Unfortunately, they just press in a little nut. So the stand itself cost, I think, $12 or $17, and then this ball mount might have been $4 or $5. But I'm gonna have to buy an actual quality mount, and that's probably gonna set me back about 12 bucks. Kirby, who was just on, gonna send me the link to the one he has or uses or is gonna use. Apologies, Kirby, I forget what you said. But I have another one in mind. This is the camera I usually use to make my videos. It was a refurbished model from Canon. So I have my little light. And it actually has clips you can mount extra stuff. So I can mount an extra light or microphone. So that's what I use. Hey Johnny, it's your first time watching any of my videos. Your name looks slightly familiar, but I'm not sure, so I apologize if that's the case. It disappeared. I was reading your text. I'm a slow reader. I use my phone camera, and it feels a little bit... You know what, though? I don't know what kind of a cell phone you have, but today's cell phones are pretty good. I have a Pixel 2 XL. That was a splurge that I would never normally do under normal circumstances. If you have a fairly decent or recent, I should say, iPhone, they'll do awesome. Here's my new rig I just built. This was my old one, but it was long in the tooth. It was taking 3 times as long as the video to process it. This one now takes less time than the length of the video. And it's glass case, and the whole thing lights up. I think if you want to see it light up, you can go to my... I posted a video. It's not the first one, but the latest one of my channel video that shows all the stuff that I do. Anyway. I'm not sure if Johnny heard me or if he's still on. At Ross. When you say Ross, is that the brand or is that where you bought it? I don't like drinking from the can anymore, but my glass is in the other room. I gotta re-glue this to get it going again. I'm surprised they don't glue it to begin with. Oh well. LG Stylo, love the phone, but the Stylo from LG, that's probably one of their low to mid-range. You know, they give it like, you know, motor. It sounds like it's not like the LG G something. So Stylo is probably their what do they call it? Not their mass-produced phone. I forget the word I'm looking for, but it's their main line, what they sell the most of. You know, like I said, I would never spend this much on a phone, but My brother did it, so I felt compelled to. And my old phone was 3 years old. Still a decent phone, but it was a little long in the tooth. Have a Coke and a smile. My work phone is ringing, but I told him I was on lunch break. No idea who it is, so I am not going to pick it up. Sometimes it's sales calls. You know, your cell phones now, you get so many junk calls. I was showing Kirby, I just picked up this Logitech 4K camera. That's for, you know, PC, it's USB, but I might use my laptop. You know, it's an older laptop, but it might be interesting to see how that works out. We won't, with a budget phone from Cricket with the pen. Camera does a good. Oh, what fun. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, this phone works well, but you know, work just replaced. Oh. Hi, I'm sorry. I don't know how was the. I know I'm gonna pronounce it wrong. Knock shift. I'm sorry. But hi, thanks for joining me. I don't think you can go backwards with the live, but I was saying we're hitting towards the end. Oh yeah, we love the Logitech stuff. We're getting a new camera for the desk. Probably Logitech. Yeah, they had a 30% off coupon. What I have here, I use this for work as well right now. I have the 26-inch, the 24-inch, and the 21 or 22-inch, I forget, up top. I had a different one up here. My wife got a monitor from work, so she has a 27-inch, so I grabbed this one, put it up here to replace an older one that I had. Let's see who's calling me. Yeah, see a pretty look outside. I'll have to see who's calling later. It's not a phone number I recognize. I know you mentioned you had 2 dogs. I saw some of the pictures. My wife is a dog person. She wants pets, and I just who's gonna be the one going out in the wintertime, you know, to walk the dog and get the dog in the backyard and, you know, that kind of stuff. And she says, how about a cat? But you know what? What do cats do to you? They get fur all over your clothes. I watched my friend's cat for like a few days or a week, long time ago. I have nothing against animals. I just don't want any of my own. It's like some of those people out there that I knew. They're like, they love kids, but they don't want them because they like to be able to go home at the end of the night without kids. We got pound puppies. Oh, it disappeared. Yeah, how about a little puppy? The thing is Donna and Natalia both have allergies, so there's only, and one of Natalia's school friends had it. There's only one dog, and I forget the name. Short dog with real hair. It's very kid friendly. You know, allergenic free. I can't even say it right. Free, and that would be the only dog that Natalia would be able to tolerate in Donna with their allergies. And I don't remember the name of the dog, but we started. It seemed friendly enough, but it's just, you know, room is tight now, and you get the dog, it'll be even tighter, you know. So you haven't even broken in your lawnmower yet. It's like, excuse me, brand new. Yeah, I know you understand allergies. I actually have allergies too. I'm allergic to cats. That's why I almost got one. My friend works. She runs a shelter up in Worcester, I think it's Worcester, but I went there twice, and there was a couple of cats, and I considered it, and then there were a couple of dogs, because Donna had a dog, was 12 years old when it passed, and she donated everything to like a buddy dog type of a service. So when she went there, she saw two little dogs, you know, Gracie and Stella, I think, and she goes, I want to go pick them up. I'm like, no. Yeah, so I know you understand because of the allergies. Um, yeah, Gracie and Stella. Not sure if the knock shift again. I'm not sure. Donna's walking back in the door again. She went outside for a few minutes. So that's. Do you already have Ego products now, Ivy? I saw that you could buy that with no batteries, 2 5 amp hour batteries or 2 7.5 amp hour batteries, which is like $800 and then $600 and then whatever. I just got the mower and the trimmer. Yeah, I have a battery trimmer. I bought it 15 years ago. I don't know, the battery lasted like 14 years. And I just replaced it for like $16, and it works every single time. Yeah, the 7.5, so it comes with 2 sets, so that's an $800 motor. I'm sure it's great. Ryobi, and there's only a couple of factories that make those things. In fact, I think the Ryobi and the Greenworks are the same company. They're all like Titan Tools or something like that. But the Ryobi has like 3 models, and they were down as low as $200. And some of them you can use your regular tool batteries. I have a lot of Ryobi tools. I got like 10 of their batteries, and I have a 6-port charger. So they actually have an 18 volt. You put in 2 18-volt batteries for 36 volt to mow the lawn. And then they have the more higher powered ones, but my gas one works great. And, you know, I had a couple bugs. I think I put like $20, $30 into it, plus oil changes, whatever. But I understand you can't, the fumes, you know. Yeah, you know, it went against Johnny. I love the DeWalt 20 mag. Now, Johnny, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if it was the 18 or the 20 volt, but DeWalt and their infinite wisdom changed their standards. So there's actually 2 different 20 volts types of batteries that are not compatible. And I'm not talking about the 20/40 volt. It might have been when they had the 18 volt and it had the stem. It was a different locking. Then they went with the 18 max and it was a completely different design. I've had my Ryobi tools for 15 years. I broke one of them. That's kind of my fault. But Home Depot replaced it. But it was like this, looked like a big luggage carrier, you know, with a handle that popped up. The original batteries are gone. It came with 3 batteries. But I buy they have them for sale every Christmas. 2 4 amp hour batteries for like $90. And I bought the 6-port charger. The Ryobi didn't have enough power for me. Longer charge time, less mowing time. Now, I don't know which Ryobi you tried, but Ryobi has a 40 volt or 48 volt batteries. So you'll see another mess. But as you can see, Johnny here, I have the 6-port here. I got 6 of those batteries. Now, Ryobi just released 6 amp hour batteries, so you could get 2 for $120, which is a bargain. And at Christmas, I bet you it's going to go down to $100. And I got 4 of these shorter ones. They don't hold the charge as well, you know, because they're a lot older. But what I do was, and you can't find this anywhere else, folks, these little lanyards you can get from Ryobi, they're like $6 each, but I bought like 10 of them for like $10 shipped used. And the kid realized he made a mistake after. But I hang all my tools up on the cage here, and they're all here. So I got this is a caulk gun. Awesome. When I was up on the ladder and you're trying to hold on for dear life and caulk, you know, the windows at the same time, just pull the trigger and then boom. I got a lot of their tools there. Not a lot, but like I said, I've broken 2 of their tools. One tool actually. Yeah, I gotta tell you, Ryobi, they're actually improved. The biggest problem with Ryobi in the very beginning was their battery capacity. It wasn't very good. But now that they have these new batteries, it brought new life. You know, Testament, I've had the tools 15 years, and and it's a square box. I go in the garage, but I just came from upstairs, and you flip the top, and there's a chop saw on there. It's got a circular saw, a sawzall, and a bunch of other stuff. I have, oh, it's like between a Home Depot. You know what? Cords aren't bad either. I burnt out. I was drilling in concrete with my Ryobi, and I think I burnt either the chuck burnt out or the screw loosened inside, but they replaced it for me at no charge. And then I went to Harbor Freight. Say what you will, they have some good hand tools, but I bought a half-inch electric, AC power drill, and a coupon. I paid like $30, and I drilled 22 holes in concrete. And then when I was done with that, because it's got the hammer drill feature, I was mixing buckets of mortar with it. So again, say what you will about Harbor Freight, but they got some solid stuff in $30. That was cheap. And also Cobalt, which is a Lowe's brand. They had a $90 Sawzall, and it was discontinued. I got it brand new in the box for $16. And I got like 2 or 3 of the Ryobi Sawzall because people give them to me because their batteries die. They go, I don't need this junk. So I got extra drills. I got like 3, 4 drills. They all work. That's nice. Yeah. So my sanders, I have this little Mouser one right here, Black & Decker. That's also that. I bought a Black & Decker Orbital, piece of junk. I'll tell you, the thing doesn't even want to move. So shame on me for buying that. So I bought a DeWalt on clearance, brand new, because the new bottles came out. Love that they replaced it for you. I'm on the hunt for a new screw gun. Not sure what it's called. Okay, so screw gun, are you talking about for drywall? Or are you talking about just a drill driver or an impact driver? Ryobi's got a 3-year warranty. Just register it. Just like Home Depot's brand there, Rigid. Register it, and they'll take care of you for life to make stuff like using screws. Oh, you're talking like the Craig jigs and stuff like that. So that's the other thing is Ryobi's introduced a bunch of brushless stuff, and they're much more powerful. They have quiet ones too, because it's partially hydraulic, I think, or it knows when it needs more power, so it'll turn up the noise. But yeah, I have a Craig. That's what I made this cabinet out of. Craig screws. Works good. It's too bad. I wish you had said that before, because Ryobi and Home Depot, maybe it's still going on, but they had a couple deals going. You could get 2 4-amp-hour batteries and a carry case and a charger for $99, and then any other tool free. Like, not any, but there was a limitation of what tools. And then they had another deal with the 4-amp-hour battery, a drill driver, and a charger for $99, and you could get any of those tools, same tools, for free. I was looking at the Ryobi 18-volt sprayer, for spraying down bugs and stuff like that outside. I've broken a couple of those hand pump ones, and the Ryobi's got some pretty good reviews, along with their new portable vacuums. Ryobi's really kicking it up. They got like 100 tools now, and I have the lug wrench, the big impact to take the bolts off my truck when I rotate the tires. That can be fun in itself. Excuse me. Oh, so the Ego isn't a brushless? That's, oh, okay. Yeah, you're paying a premium, but the brushless take less power and are more powerful, amp hour per amp hour battery, or however they rate it. No, I don't think so. Yeah, Johnny, the brushless, it's a really step up. I don't have anything brushless right now. I haven't bought any new Ryobi tools in a bit. I want to buy the vacuums they have, and I don't know. They have a little portable one, but I don't think that's brushless. Oh, well, one of them might be. I don't remember which one. Steel deck is kind of a torn. Was it steel or was it aluminum? The plastics are good, but I was, as long as you're careful and don't abuse them, like sit your foot on it to tie a shoe or something, you won't crack it. And I didn't want to spend the $750. Well, the Ego with 2 7.5-amp-hour batteries is $800. So, Well, you know, my mower deck still looks pretty brand new. The Toro. It's kind of got some little rust spots, but that's because where I tilted the lawnmower up to clean underneath, so you're leaning it against pavement and stuff. 5-year warranty, yeah. Yeah, Ryobi's a 3-year warranty. The mowers, I saw one that was like, it was the 18-volt model, so you put in two 18-volt batteries, and that's probably one of the big reasons they came out with the 6-amp-hour batteries. Not only was other people coming out with more powerful batteries, but now they have an 18-volt lawnmower, and people were saying that the two 4-amp-hour batteries weren't cutting it enough. So you put two of those 6-amp-hour batteries, and there you go, and you can use them with your tools. This one adjusts to the grass. Now, when you say adjust to the grass, I'm not quite sure. Oh, single 7.5. Now, I don't know. You'd be able to tell me about the Ego. I don't know if it uses both batteries simultaneously or it just has a slot to store it in so you can swap it. I know with the Ryobi, with the 18-volt one, you have to have both batteries in for it to function. That's just the way it works. And actually, one of the first things when I moved here, my electrician was here, but we put in these pot lights. You can barely see them, but we used the Ryobi, the RotoZip type tool with the attachment to do those perfect circles. Okay, so it as it needs more power. So basically, is when it feels a strain on the motor, it kicks it up a notch, right? I think that's how I interpreted you saying that. Yeah. So it's more like a governor on a gas mower. You know, it uses air. So as the motor slows down, the spring tension pulls the governor in, which gives it more throttle, which then turns up the revs on the lawnmower. So yeah, it's an intelligent lawnmower. Johnny, again, I apologize. Are you? I don't know if it passed by. I had asked if you had seen any of my videos or if you were a subscriber, but I didn't. I don't know if I missed a response. And self-propelled is really cool when you're going uphill. Yeah, my Toro is a self-propelled rear-wheel drive. I got hilly areas, so rear-wheel drive is better. You know, you could collapse the top on top, not quite like you can with yours, but you know, it just folds down. You loosen two nuts. And when I did that one year, I broke the drive cable, like broke, and then it snapped. But I used a nail and I bent it into a circle and I fixed it. But then I finally took it apart and I replaced it. Thing is, with these lawnmowers, they're so electronic and they're so dependent. It's like the new cars, like the old cars. What's wrong? It's either the battery, the spark plugs, or the or the ignition, you know, and that's the only three things that could go wrong. Nowadays, you can't beep your horn. It's not just beep. It's like you press the button goes, it tells the computer, hey, someone's beeping the horn, then it goes beeping the horn. You know, it's like, it's not simple anymore. That's what worries me about these, but I love gadgets, so, you know. I don't know if Johnny's there still. Oh, what's that say? Oh my gosh, broke it. Glad you fixed it. Nowadays, yeah. I'm glad I'm handy enough. I was lucky when I moved in here, there was wallpaper everywhere in this house, and I was able to get it off pretty easily. The rug, I pulled up the rug, and those floors sat beneath it. So I had someone come in and refinish the floor. Back then it was like $1,100 for 1,200 square feet. You know, they sanded it, coated it, beautiful. Yeah, I was lucky. The previous owner kept every single receipt. When I moved in, there was a folder of everything. The refrigerator, receipts, everything he did, the wood-burning stove downstairs, which is now gone. You know, the foyer, the tiling, everything he had receipts for. This guy was immaculate about everything. He lied about the property lines and the you know, the carpenter ants, I will say. I know he lied because he covered it up. I found the damage. Oh, I don't know. There's my, I forget what the name brand is. This the Camco? That's the thing that I put on the top of the stove. That's how I hold it. I don't know if I had a final video of how I hung this, but I used a heavy-duty picture hanger wire here, and those little hooks hold whiteboards up. You can get those at Staples. Yeah, I couldn't have done it any other way. Thank you. I appreciate that. I had mentioned earlier in the video how when I made this cabinet, I made a secret compartment. I never built it. I designed it. This is a 1.5-inch fillet panel. I don't even know why I put it there, because you don't need it, because it would have been fine. But if you take out that 1.5-inch, I built a 3-inch pop out. So, you know, when you push something in and it clicks out, you pull out a draw or a long piece, and it would store this little step stool. So basically you needed the step stool. You push this, you get a click feedback, it pulls out, and you pull it out and you unhook the step ladder. I decided not to do it. I might do it now, but we'll see. Let's see. I wish this thing would give me a timer how long I've been on this. Oh boy, it's been 1 hour and 6 minutes. No one's going to watch this, and everybody's going to give me a thumbs down. Well, maybe not you, Ivy, but you know. But, my daughter, she's 8. Does she cook? She likes to help. She doesn't cook on her own. Yeah, she's 8. She doesn't, she likes, so we made some cakes in the air fryer. I still have the little tins up here. 5 little tins for like $1 or $2 at Walmart. I sprayed them with Pam, cooked them in there, covered it with tin foil for like, I forget the time. I'd have to look back at it. Took some pictures. I didn't take a video, which I'm disappointed. But you cook 2 in the air fryer at once. You take it out, tip it upside down. It would fall right out of the tin. I would spray the tin again, pour in more batter. So we made 5 of them that day. It was fun. I took some pictures of her, but I've been skeptical about posting pictures of her. You know, there's some, you know, not so nice people out there. But the last couple of videos, you'll see that she's poked her head in. My baby girl. Thank you. She's adorable. We'll keep her. Yeah, you know what else I bought to do it? I don't know where I put them. They're in this drawer. It's getting a little messy in here. Yeah, there's somewhere in there, but I bought an assortment of silicone cupcake thingies, hard stars, all that stuff to use in the air fryer. I just never got around to it. I think it's underneath. Hey, thanks for sticking around, Ivy. I appreciate it. You sticking around, asking questions, being friendly, as always. Have fun with your new ego mower. I hope it's all you dreamed it would be. Yeah, I'm going to try this again. I got to buy the bracket. I'm really hoping Kirby posts the bracket he did so I can do my next one. Otherwise, I got to glue this thing back together. But thank you very much, Ivy. I appreciate it. Kirby's no longer here, but thank you, Kirby. Johnny, I haven't seen you post anything in a while, but I appreciate you stopping in. Not as scary now that I see it. Love them all. I used it a bunch of times. Just got it. Very smart. Yeah. Toys are great, aren't they? All right, I don't want to keep you. All right, everyone, this is Mario, and I will see you on the next one. Take care. Have a great day.